Today we have a handful of panels and lectures. We're starting with a history of Bridgeport, and then we have planning and zoning committee, and then we have the education system. We have sort of around boards of education. And then the last one of the day is the financial state of Bridgeport, which I'll be giving.
We are Bridgeport Generation Now.
My name is Maisa Tisdale, and first of all, I want to thank you for organizing this event.
I'm Charles Brilvitch. I was Bridgeport City historian from 1990 till 2003.
My name is John Soltis. I'm a lifelong Bridgeport resident. Charles just informed me that we're cousins. I didn't know that. I've known Charles for years.
Because civic life deals with who gets something, all right? I mean, our politicians in a perfect world are charged with balancing or finding some kind of fairness in conflicting interests. And they're supposed to keep a view on what's happening right now and who's in need and what the goals of the future will be. And they're supposed to do that fairly. That's what politicians are supposed to do. All right? That's supposed to be their job.
What we're going to kind of be talking about today is going to scratch the surface of hopefully a lot of areas and kind of give us general understanding about what is planning. And I think through that process, naturally, we're going to understand why planning is important. We're also going to talk about what is zoning, why we have it, why it's important because of how much it does actually affect everyone. And then at the end, we're going to really focus on the Planning and Zoning Commission itself.
I was wondering, by state statute, when do we have to have our master plan in Bridgeport rewritten? Because we did our plan in 2007, and it's now 2017.
When you were talking about the charter, does that charter say that those specific things must happen? Like it has to be in the paper, it has to, so is that like a must?
Some communities, we tend to see this hyper concentration of liquor stores, convenience stores, discount stores. What role does zoning play in that, and what can we do as a community to ensure that there's a diversity of more conscious businesses in our space?
Like we have certain areas that are industrial, that they're old factories that no one uses, and it's just a waste of land. How can you go about, like I said, getting a new use for that kind of area?
This renaissance that we want to see in this nation has to begin from the bottom up. It has to go forward at meetings and gatherings exactly like this one with people exactly like you, who care, want to be active, want to help to save this country and take back our government. Now, of course, I'm talking about the national level, but it begins at the local level. We have some great local leaders in this room. You probably heard from them. But get behind those local leaders because they're the building block. And they're the ways of building the muscle that we need. You know, politics is like working out. You can't run a marathon by just waking up the day of the race and deciding you're going to get out there and run 26 miles. I've run marathons, and I tried to do it without training, without building the muscle. And I finished, but it was painful.
And something that I really haven't seen, but I would like to see, particularly at the city council level, is, talking about education. Like, people don't run for city council and like education as an issue. I think that's a mistake. Like, we should talk about that. That should be a citywide issue, not just talked at the Board of Ed level, but at the city level. And at the Board of Ed level, talking specifically about what the vision is for our kids.
It's our responsibility. It is everybody in this room's responsibility to get on the phone, to email your elected officials, your Board of Ed member, anybody you can think of. It's our responsibility to come together The way that the system is currently designed sets us up, especially urban areas. It sets up urban areas for failure. And that's what we have. And that's
Again, so make sure we turn out our people. We also want to register new voters. We want to educate voters, because the most painful thing that I had to do last year was to ask people to vote, and they're like, but Jamilah, I don't know who I'm voting for. And that broke my heart. And as a community organizer, it's my responsibility to make sure that our people are educated. And then the last thing, we want to actually force the discussion around issues. And I think the first panel talked about this, but like what is going to happen is a bunch of people are going to run, and a lot of people aren't going to talk about anything, and that's the whole point, because they are banking on sending you one mailer for you to recognize their name when you walk in. So I think it's our responsibility to create opportunities for meaningful conversations around issues.
When we talk about equity for Bridgeport, we're talking about what's fair and what's right? Which sometimes means more, right? More of something, not just equal something.
So right now, Bridgeport is underfunded by about $43 million, and Groton is overfunded by over $3 million. I work with a group of students over at FaithActs. What I asked them to do was imagine $40 million coming into their district that wasn't here now, and what that could change for them. They weren't planning on taking sailing lessons. They didn't see equestrian lessons in their future. They actually saw a future that included books. They saw teachers and leaders at the school having more time to interact with them in a positive and healthy way. Right? These aren't crazy dreams.
What can you do? Just like everything else today, be engaged and be a watchdog. Ask questions. What kinds of questions? Look for large items, look for the fast-growing items. And when actual budget results don't match what they said they would be, we need to demand answers. So show up.